Yeah, very good evening, children. Welcome to Akshara Online classes. This is Ghaffar sir, your physics faculty. Let's start our session. Today we are going to learn about. In the last class we discussed about is what is the electricity, where we are having the electricity, without electricity, what going to be happen, with electricity, what is the advantages, everything we have learned, and also how the whole world working with electricity. That kind of discussion is going to happen today. Our discussion is about electrical cells, because already we done two electrical cells. Part one is what, dry cell, and other one is what, voltaic cells. About these two cells we have learned. Today also we will learn some other type of the cells. By using the PPT we learn that part. Understand? So let's start our PPT. This is our PPT. So now cells design. First of all, so these are the different types of the cells and batteries. Okay, we are observing in our daily life. This is not a, this is cell. Yeah, this is cell. This is cells. Mobile phones we call this, usually we call these are the cells, and this is also called cell. Okay, but it is biological cell. Biological cell. And this is also cell, but it is in prison. In prison you will observe the cell, and this is called electrical cell. Electrical cell. So this electrical cell we will discuss here. Okay, anyhow, understand, this is mobile cell. Generally usually called this is a cell, but this is called to communication purpose we use this. This is a biological cell, and this is a prison. Prison we observe this cell, and this is our electrical cell. So our discussion is about now electrical cells. So what is, how can you, how do you design this cell? How do you organize this cell? So that is we learn today. So we will organize this cell. Actually this organized cell first happened with Galvani. Okay, he is a scientist name, and he has observed the froglets twice which exposed to current. Understand? Observed froglets exposed to current. So that way he got the idea of giving the cell. Who is introduced this cell? First of all, Galvani. So his name is a scientist name in 1700 year he got that. And after that Volta also given that about done some experiments related to the what, related to the cells. Understand? Volta belongs to 1800 year, and he realized that due to current flows, electrolyte in a body will store the electricity. Volta is given about it. He given the introduction about what, cells, the cells and the chemical reactions, and also he given that about current. He given the relation about chemical reactions. Volta is a scientist, have given about explanation about chemical reactions as well as storage of the electricity in the chemical reactions. So that way Volta is introduced the batteries, and he invented the battery connecting multiple electrical cells. Actually connecting multiple cell is nothing but battery. So he introduced the battery by storing the energy in the chemical reactions. So that way Volta is got popular. And next, based on that redox reactions, he introduced that consistence of the current. Understand? Based on the spontaneous redox reactions, it was able to produce consistent current, which means that when you use the batteries, when you use the cells, a series of cells, what going to be happen? Redox reactions will be takes place. Redox reaction is a different kind of reaction. You will learn in higher classes. that redox reaction. Because of the spontaneous redox reactions, you will have the continuous flow of the currents, so that we will get electricity. Understand? Next, cell design. How to design the cell? So we can design the cell. Look at here. Cells are containing, first of all, if you take the cell, any cell, it contains the liquid and electrodes. Yesterday I have explained about that. Any cell consists of what? Liquid or anything substance, chemical substance, and electrodes, those are called metal bodies, contains the liquid. And next, this is a structure. In this structure, look at here, this is called liquid. This is liquid, and these two are called electrolytes. Electrodes. These two are called electrodes, and through the electrodes we are connecting appliances. This is the appliance. This is a chemical liquid. Understand? It's a liquid. It is a chemical. The chemical. Sometimes this chemical also called electrolytic solution. And these two metal bodies are called electrodes. Understand? Next, so here this is a source of electricity, and these are the electrodes, and this is a molten aqueous chemical. Understand? Molten aqueous solution, and this combinedly called cell. Understand? This combinedly called cell. So differently I given this. Next one is, this is what is this? In voltaic cells, electric produced spontaneous from redox reactions. Okay, in these cells, in voltaic cells, we will get reactions by spontaneous redox reactions. Next, in electric cells, electricity is used for force chemical to undergoes redox reaction. Here, in the electrolytic cells, by which we are having the electricity by a chemical force. Actually, this is a chemical force. By the chemical force undergoes through redox reaction, so that we are having the continuous electricity. So here this is all about the cell division. In the cell division, what are the present? Liquid is present and electrodes are present. In between this liquid and these electrodes, what going to be happen? Chemical redox reactions. These chemical reaction happen by with force, so that there is a continuous electricity will happen by this electric cells. Next thing is, let's see the voltaic cell. So voltaic cell is a first primary cell. Okay, it is a voltaic cell is a first primary cell for power source. We are using this voltaic cell as a first power source. So it is a primary cells. It is easily we can get it. So let's see that first voltaic cell. So here it also referred as a galvanic cell. Okay, voltaic cell also referred as galvanic cell, which means the galvanic cell or voltaic cell both are same only. And next, let's look at here. Here we have salt bridge or porous disc used to allow for unrelated ions to move to allow for balance the charge. Here what will use in this voltaic cell, it is very clearly mentioned. So here salt bridge or porous disc used for allow the unrelated ions to move, allow for balance the charge. So why this balance happened? Let's see with a diagram. This is the diagram. So here this is salt bridge, okay, and here this is a basic arrangement of the voltaic cell. Here one chemical will be present, here another chemical will be present. This is one electrode, this is one electrode. These two containers connected by with what? salt wedge. These two connected with what? Salt wedge. Or else, if not use salt wedge, we'll use what? A porous disc. Okay, porous disc means nothing but it is have a capability to exchange ions. That kind of porous wedge, porous disc will take. This is a porous wedge, and this is another liquid. This is another liquid. You can use salt wedge, or else you can use porous disc. Any kind of the thing will use for Volta Excel. Then what going to be happen in this situation? When you are placing these electrodes or arrangement of this kind of, first what going to be happen? So unrelated ions will move from one position to other position, which means the unrelated ions will pass through this salt wedge or else this porous disc, so that to get the charge balance. Understand? So that way, when charge is balanced, the chemical reactions happen in this due to during the balancing of the charge, the chemical reactions will takes place. Due to the chemical reactions takes place, it will energy stored in the chemical reactions. That energy will come outside as a electrical energy. Continuously these chemical reactions are happen, so that you are having the current. And let's see the properties of cell. Cell properties. Now what first one is what? Here every time the cell must be move the electrons, so that who will move these electrons? A driving force. This driving force every time need to have the cell. That is the first property of the cell. For the cell, every time a force is required. Okay, so that is called why we require this force to continuously move the electrons to one position to other position. We require a compulsory moving force, that is called driving force. That is the first property of the cell. And next thing is electric potential difference is the energy difference per unit charge. Actually, here I said a driving force. So how do you get that driving force? You will get the driving force by having this potential difference. Understand? You will get the driving force for a body or for a cell because of the potential difference. You will get the driving force. This driving force, this potential difference make the charge move one position to other position. Because of this potential difference only you are having the driving force. So that is the reason these two are interlinked. And next, it depends upon depends on type of electrodes and electrolytic solution used in it. This potential difference is depends upon what? Depends upon the electrodes which are used and electrolytic solution. What is this electrodes and electrolytic solutions? Look at here in this, you have seen that this is called electrolytic solution. These are called electrodes. The driving force depends upon these two materials. Driving force depends upon these two materials. Yeah. Next, power rate at which electrical energy is produced. So here now this electrodes and electrolytic solutions is giving the current flow. This current flow is nothing but electric current means what? Current flow per unit charge. Because of this potential difference, you will have electric current. What is meant by electric current here? Charge flow per unit time. This is called charge flow per unit time. So this power rate depends upon the chemical energy produced in it. Okay, this power rate which is depends upon the chemical energy in the battery and it produces electrical energy. And the cell quantities. So here quantities for the cell, if you see any cell, you will observe this kind of quantities, this kind of units. Here quantities. First one is charge. Charge represented with letter C, Q. Okay, charge, because we are having the charges motion inside the cell, so we need to learn about symbol for the charge, and units for the charge is coulomb. Okay, next current. Current represented with I. Units for the current is ampere and represented with A. Understand? Same way, potential difference represented with V, and voltmeter. Because of this potential difference, you have the electric current. This electric current is nothing but charge flow per unit time. Understand? Next, power represented with P, and its units are what? And energy density means joule per kg. This is what we are having. And yesterday we have seen that primary cells and secondary cells. The primary cells are nothing but unchargeable cells. Understand? Primary cells means unchargeable cells. Got my point? Till now we have seen voltaic cell or galvanic cell is a primary cells, which means we cannot charge that primary cell. Now look at the secondary cells and batteries. Here cell means only one thing we have. Battery means a group of cells connected in series connection is called batteries. Understand? Let's talk about these secondary cells and batteries. So first one is, here just now I discussed a battery is nothing but a group of galvanic cells arranged in the series connection. Understand? A group of or one or two or three or more than one, the galvanic cell connected in a series connection is called a battery. Okay, now next, the potential of the individual cell is added here to give the total battery potential. Understand? So here each galvanic cell has something potential V, generally potential represented with V. This V, individual V, is equal to, when you are adding this total galvanic cells in a series connection, you will get total battery potential as a sum of the total individual cells. Okay, understand? The total potential of the battery is nothing but sum of the individual cells of the cells is equal to battery potential. Next thing is, the secondary cells can be recharged by adding the electricity. Yesterday we have seen that the secondary cells are nothing but what? Secondary cells are nothing but what? It is recharged by adding the electricity. Means we can use repeated times the secondary cells. So this is the structure of the battery. So here these two act like a one cell, these two act like a one cell, and the remaining thing also act like a one cell. This is connected to here, this is connected to here. This is act like a plus charge, this is act like a positive terminal, this is act like a negative terminal. So this positive and negative, if you connect the uplanes, so the uplanes will work. Understand? But here what kind of solutions will use in the battery? Generally sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid will used as a electrolytic solution. And here these are the lead material, and this is cathode as a PbO2. Okay, this is like a sponge, this kind of will use here. And next, this is a dry cell, common dry cell. In this common dry cell, this part, whatever the part in the middle called carbon, it is act like a cathode, and this part is act like a anode. This is zinc that is made up of with zinc, and also here in middle we will use something material, chemical material. The something material nothing but ammonium chloride or manganese oxide, that kind of materials will use here. So this chemical will store the chemical energy, and this convert into electrical energy to produce the electric current continuously. Next, so this is fuel cells. You don't have the about fuel cells. So with this I will stop the session because you don't have the fuel cells. So it is beyond your higher order. So only we will have for you only we will have voltaic cells and galvanic cells and also dry cells and also batteries. With that we conclude you got the clarity how voltaic cells will work and how dry cells will work and how a battery will work. And once again I brush up all the things. Here voltaic cell or galvanic cell both are nothing but same. In the voltaic cells we have how many electrodes, 2 electrodes in 2 different containers and is bridged with a salt rod or else salt bridge. So that way we are connecting one chemical to another chemical. And the cell properties also we have learned. The property of the cells is what? It must be having a driving force to continuously giving the current. So it is the difference. So this is happened with the potential difference. And with this potential difference we have the electric current. The electric current means the charge flow per unit time, and also potential difference means the electrical energy per unit charge is also potential difference. This is what we have learned for today. So next time we'll repeat, we'll give some questions as well as we'll discuss the electric circuits, different types of the electric circuits. So with that I'll stop the session. Bye.